Hello, welcome back to the Visible Audit. This channel exists for one reason only, to help business owners stop losing customers to competitors already dominating page one on Google before the conversation even begins. See, most businesses do not have a service problem. They have a visibility problem. If buyers cannot find you when they are actively searching for your services, Google is simply handing those customers to someone else. So on this channel, we do live website audits and real Google searches to expose the visibility leaks, conversion leaks, and ranking opportunities most business owners never even realize are costing them leads. Here's how the process works. First, we randomly choose a local business niche. Then we randomly choose a state. After that, we perform a live Google search exactly like a real customer would. However, we use keywords everywhere to identify the actual high-intent search phrases buyers are typing into Google when they are ready to hire or purchase. Then we usually look for businesses sitting around page 2 of Google because these companies are often very close to major growth but are still invisible to most buyers. From there, we break down what they are doing right, what is hurting their rankings, what competitors are doing better, how their homepage could convert more visitors into actual leads, and what simple enhancements could help improve both visibility and conversion performance. Now, in these public audits, we usually focus mostly on the homepage for educational purposes. But in a full website monetization review, we would analyze the entire site structure: service pages, metadata, conversion flow, authority positioning, keyword targeting, and overall search footprint. The goal is simple: help businesses build page one visibility so competitors stop intercepting buyers online. So let's spin the wheel, choose today's niche, and see which business we're auditing today. And if you're a business owner watching this and want a website monetization review for your own company, check the link in the description down below. All right, let's see where we're going, what industry we're going to tackle today in this local SEO audit. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe if you're new, turn on notifications so you don't miss more future visible audits that we do on this channel. We record every Monday through Friday and usually get it out by 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And again, if you own a website and you'd want to see what leaks I find on your website that is sending customers to your competitors before the conversation begins, see the link in the description down below. Let's see where we're going today, guys. Let's see. Ooh, interesting. Funeral home. Interesting. Okay, and let's find a location. Funeral homes. That's interesting. So it might be funeral services, something like that. And we're going to Maryland, guys. Funeral home, Maryland. Let's go to Google. All right, so I'm going to start off just typing out funeral home, Maryland. Maryland. Okay, whoa. Funeral home, Maryland gets 1,300 searches a month. People are paying $1 a click, but imagine 1,300 people clicking on your ad. You're spending a grip. But again, funeral services, they charge quite a bit, especially for caskets. And, you know, that means they're getting pretty decent leads. I want to see what else there is. This is crazy, guys. Wow. Funeral home, Maryland. Looks like that is the primary search. There's different people, the different brands that are being searched. So that's interesting. A lot of different brands that are being searched. That's interesting. Wow. So there's heavy brand marketing in this space. Let's type in, because anyone who types out 4, 5, 6, 7 words at a time. Yep. So funeral home in Maryland, 1,300 searches a month. This is typed out by people that are ready to buy. They're ready to, buy services. So this is really good. Let's get out of page 1 because these people get all the traffic already. Let's go to page 2 where business owners are on the verge of massive growth but are still invisible to most buyers, because most buyers just research another phrase if they don't find what they're looking for on the first page. Literally 2% of all searches go to page 2. So Holloway Funeral Home, these guys are ranked page 2, number 1. That's their contact page. I want to find an actual domain. So here we go. Brzezinski Funeral Home. Okay, so these guys, you can tell right off the bat, they don't have search engine optimization. If they did, then the proper way would be a proper meta title and a proper meta description. They're just, Google's pulling information off their homepage because of the 3 dots. So what I would do to make them fly up is I would change it to, Brzezinski Funeral Home in Maryland, then a wall, and then say serving, home PA and SXMD areas. Okay. Then in their meta title or meta description, I would put, at Brzezinski Funeral Home in Maryland, we serve home PA and SXMD areas, and we offer comprehensive funeral services. Contact us today to discuss pre-planning. That's it, period. Okay, that alone would tell Google that they're optimized for the most high target buyer intent phrase, and that would push them up if they get some good, incoming backlinks, which we also can help you with here at iRankFast. So let's go into their website. Wow. Okay, right off the bat, I can tell they're making some major mistakes that are costing them customers probably daily. Okay, so right off the bat, they only have obituaries, send flowers when death occurs. And then they have this drop-down menu. Okay, this is very, very tacky. What they need to have is eliminate the drop-down menu and put everything in the top navigation. It needs to have a home tab. It needs to say about us or why us, right? And then they can have any of the other, navigational things that they have here. They should never have this 3-tier drop down. That's very tacky. Okay. And then once they solve that problem, they need to utilize their top of header space before a person scrolls down. This is way too far down the page. Okay. It needs to be centered, and with white writing, it needs to say, looking for a funeral home in Maryland? ? That represents to Google that they're optimized for the buyer intent phrase, and the person that's searching would immediately start nodding their head, whether you can see them or not. That's what they do. Okay, and then under that, a subheadline would be celebrating life and honoring tradition since 1936, and then a button, an orange background, white writing button that says "Get started now," or get a free pre-planning session now. Okay, and then when the person clicks that, it goes to a form where they can fill out for a call back. Okay, now coming down here, it just says "Welcome to Brzezinski Funeral Home, PA." No, this needs to say, why we're rated, the #1 funeral home in Maryland. Okay, that again represents the search, and it tells Google that they are optimized throughout their website. Okay, and then they could have testimonials of the families of these people. Okay, testimonials of the families from using their services. Okay, that's what they should have. And then, I would not lead with current obituaries. That's not what you want to lead with. You'd want to lead with another button, orange background, white writing, that says "Get a free pre-planning session now." You want to guide people when they hit your website. They need to immediately self-select and say, yes, this is where I'm supposed to be. Yes, this is what I want. And then you need to guide them to what you want them to do next. You don't want people coming to your website looking at obituaries. That's not what a funeral home wants. They want people booking. Okay? So then you come down here. People don't care about how you can help them. You believe it or not, they only care about what they're going to get. So you need to sell the transformation. You need to sell the, how having your funeral, a funeral for your loved ones at their establishment is going to help them or impact their lives. So this headline needs to change, and again, talk about, why we are chosen as the #1 funeral home in Maryland. Okay, and then again, it can go down into their content. Okay. This is also tacky to have blank space on the right and all your content aligned left. They should break this up. They should put each of these next to each other, and this should be centered content. So centered for this, and then under this, it would be our services, pre-planning, grief support, send flowers. Okay, and again, all of these need to be blue and underlined so people actually know they're links to other pages. Okay, coming down here, This is good to reiterate testimonials. That's really good. But again, view all reviews. No one wants to spend a bunch of time viewing all your reviews. They want to take action. So again, change this orange background, white writing, and make it say, get a free pre-planning session now. The whole page should be a funnel to getting people to book a pre-planning session for free. Okay. And then this is fine if they want to keep this basic contact form. Almost nobody's going to fill that out. And then again, get directions. If they want people to go there, that's fine, but orange background, white writing. Okay. And I do want to commend them for having the copyright 2026. And I do like that they have all rights reserved. That's really good for legal purposes. So overall, I would rate this like a 5 out of a 10. There's definitely some work that needs to be done to stop their competitors from stealing their customers before the conversation begins. And again, if you follow my advice, you will increase conversions by at least 30% from the traffic you already get. Okay, so if you have a website in the funeral space and you want a free website review, see the link in the description down below. I'll be happy to do it for you. There's no cost, no obligation. And I will show you at least 2 to 3 leaks immediately on your homepage where you're losing customers to others who have better positioning and better conversion optimization on page 1 of Google. And stay tuned for the next visible audit. I will be back again soon. Cheers.